1,
2, 3,
4,
5.
6. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about a phenomenon, Vaastu Shastra. And I want to bring this topic to you guys because there's something that I feel is here that is very important that a lot of people don't take into consideration. Before I begin, I want to tell you that Vaastu Shastra is the study of science and architecture. We know and believe that an individual comes with energy, and the location that you are in also brings in energy. For instance, if you were to go into a garden with flowers and waterfalls, you would get happy because of that energy that it possesses. And the same thing, if you go to a graveyard at night, you will get this creepy energy because it's not a place that you would like to go to. So the location really brings energy, and that is what Vaastu Shastra does. The Vaastu Shastra basically brings a balance to the energy and the location that you are in. A house with a good feeling is attached, is something that automatically brings Vaastu Shastra rules. Now, what is Vaastu Shastra? Vaastu Shastra was actually an Indian goddess. He was a demi-goddess named Vastu Purusha, who was a terrible giant. He believed and he resided in every plot, every house, every building, and it brought in different types of energy in the house. The word Vastu is an act of inhibition or reciting, and the word Shastra means science. So combined, Vastu Shastra is the science of architecture and energy, which has several different pillars of natural forces such as earth, space, air, fire, and water. Now there's 8 locations of Vastu Shastra that I want to talk to you about. First is north. Homes that are in the north direction usually do very well. They have lots of money coming in, and usually their income starts very quickly. However, these people have ability to make wrong decisions, but with right decisions, they do very well. Northeast, pretty much the same thing as the north, but this is more on the children of the house. If the children make the right decision, this house prospers. The east is a house that brings good education standards for kids, which eventually brings in a lot of happiness for the kids in the future. The northeast and east is more on the kids. The southeast facing homes is good for merchants and business developers because of the type of lifestyle they live. The energy of southeast brings in a lot of vigorous and hard work type of energy. Particularly, I was very interested in the south homes because these are more on the females of the homes. The females of south homes run the entire household when it comes to the internal parts. And I also found out that in India and China, countries that believe in Vastu Shastra or Feng Shui, the people living there or the south locations, big landlords, large village leaders, more of the wealthier people of that community or that country live in south-facing homes. But the thing about this south-facing home is the owner is a very big risk taker. These guys take risks, which bring them a lot of good, positive outcome. They're very prosperous. Some of their risks don't do well, but they're risk takers that allows them to bring in more money at a faster time. Now, southwest and west is based on Feng Shui and Vastu Shastra. Both are houses that you need to consider. Southwest buyer is said that the buyer will gain excessive income very quickly, and their business will develop and expand in a short time. But by time it will slowly slow down, their finances will diminish, and it says that it affects the owner, the wife, and the oldest child of the house that needs to be taken care of. The west-facing homes, very fatal bad luck comes if it's not taken in correctly, and it's mostly affected to the leading ladies of that house. The northwest-facing homes provide good, long life, and a lot of the celebrities live in northwest-facing homes. Now, why I believe in Vastu Shastra? It's because I know a lot of people, and once I got interested in this topic, I looked at all of this, and when I put them where they are in life, these rules match. So I felt like there is something to this. The Taj Mahal is also built on Vastu Shastra rules, and the reason why Shah Jahan, they say, went down is because he built a tomb right across the river, which was banded, but he still did it, which ended his dynasty. Famous people like Albert Einstein, J.P. Morgan, Benjamin Franklin also used Vastu Shastra when they were doing their business. And the founding fathers of America There's a reason why Election Day is in November, 4th of July is in July, and the inauguration is in January. These are 3 important months in the Vaastu Shastra that are the rules of governance. So I do believe that there's something in Vaastu Shastra that people have used. I'm not here to tell you to do Vaastu Shastra and do everything for this rule, but there is something here to consider, and Vaastu Shastra follows the energies of hell and heaven, and we are basically living between them. Heaven is above us, hell is below us, and the energies both poles bring in is what Vaastu Shastra follows. So I think there is some truth to this. And it's something to consider. Not only that, J.P. Morgan said a very famous statement. He said the millionaires don't use astrologies, but the billionaires of America do. So there is something here that people are aware of that I would really like if you guys took interest. Now, if you go to www.vaastushastra.com, you can get a lot more details in this. And each one has more than what I've stated, but if you really want to get it in-depth, there's about health, age, everything will bring it in together. Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah. What made you take interest in this topic?
Actually, one day I was just watching TV, and an astrologer was on TV, and he was just saying different things about different homes and stuff. And I'm in the middle of buying a house myself, so I just got curious, and it made so much sense to me because we are buying a house in the South, and my husband, knowing him, he is that kind of guy. He's on-the-spot decision maker, and he does not worry about the outcomes. Then I compared everybody else that I know, and I know people like my aunt. She was living in a west-facing home at one point in her life, and when she was there, she developed a rare cancer, mesothelioma, and it was something that it was never traced, but she got it and she passed away. And then later we found out that that same house she was living in, there was 2 owners prior to that. And both of those owners lost the leading ladies of those houses due to some sort of an illness. And a west-facing home possesses that ability when the wrong Vastu is created. And it's really ironic how a west house, that particular house had 3 owners and all 3 of them lost their wives, which is something to think about. So I was really curious about that, and I think there is something in the energy that we live. I feel that when I go to a graveyard, I don't like it. And when I go to a park or a pond, it's so much fun. So there is energy. So that's why I think there's something here that we need to think about.
Yeah, I have a question. What if the house I'm living in is against Vaastu Shastra rules?
Now, they do have remedies where sometimes it can get expensive depending on the type of rules that are being broken. Some things that can be taken care of prayer, and another thing that, you basically have to rearrange the house to make it Vastu. So there's certain rules that they can avoid, and then some you'll probably have to reconstruct it. Any other questions?
Yeah, do they have Vastu consultants?
Yes, absolutely. They have a lot of Vastu consultants, and most of the Vastu consultants are also astrologers, but it's very important nowadays. I've found many, they say that they're astrologers and they study science and all that, but Vastu is not the study of location or construction. It's a study of astrology. So someone that has majored in astrology is probably the right type of person. So you need to check your credentials before you accept them. Any other questions? Okay, great. Well, I hope you guys, this is something that's near and dear to me, and in all of our lives we will be at a point where buying something, selling something, and just understanding that we all believe there's air, water, fire, and earth on earth. These are the elements of house. These are the elements of science that we know are factual, and that's what Vaastu Shastra follows. So there's something here to consider and something to think about. And if there's any other, if you guys are interested, there's many websites like VaastuShastra.com. There's many blogs that you can even do, and they have a lot of, if you Google Vaastu Shastra, you'll get pictures of different homes and how they're built and how it changed people's lives. So there's a lot of testimonies out there to help you understand this better. Audience countdown?
1,
2, 3,
4.